Show me.
I'm the martial arts film freak, and I watched The Raid Redemption for like the 19th, 100th time. I've seen it a lot. The Raid Redemption is a 2011 movie, or 2012, depending on which country you live in, and was directed by Gareth Evans, starring Iko Uwais, Yayan Ruhian, Joe Taslim, and a couple other people. The film centers around a SWAT team who raids a tenement building, a sort of apartment complex, and when they get to about floor number 9 or so, the landlord gets on the intercom, and he tells everybody living there, who's mostly a bunch of criminals and drug addicts and whatnot, he tells them, bring me the body of a cop, and you can live here for free. So, the cops are like... The Raid Redemption was and continues to be a phenomenon. The reason it continues to be a phenomenon is because you're always going to run into somebody who has never seen The Raid Redemption, and then you get to experience that joy of showing that person just one of the most brilliant action movies of the last century ever made. It's that good. And I know that there has been so many reviews of this movie. It came out almost a decade ago, and so I'm just going to have to be a little bit different. I remember leading up to this movie, I got hyped. We never get these kind of movies in my theaters. I live in a decently smallish town. Not huge, not small, but in the middle somewhere. And so when I started seeing trailers for it on TV, just on regular TV, not YouTube or anything, I was so confused. These movies don't come here. So I started looking stuff up. I started watching 10-second clips on IMDb. They were so freaking cool. I looked up the director and I watched his past movie before that. I watched Marantau. I watched it like twice. It was freaking incredible. I loved it so much. I should probably put this up here. This goes right there. There it goes, right there. I'm going to turn that. Can you see it? I got hyped for this movie. As a martial arts nerd who does not get to see things like this in theaters, this was a big deal, and there's no way it could not live up to the hype. I remember I saw it in a suit. It was so exciting. I didn't wear a suit on purpose. I had worn a suit for something that was going on that day, and then directly after that event, I went to the movies. And I was... God, I spoiled that day. That was just one of my favorite theater experiences I've ever had. Let's get through this part already. Look, the story, it's nothing special. It is a basic, thin story. Cops in an apartment building, gotta get out now. That's the plot. The performances are all really cool. I enjoy the way that Gareth Evans does set up the stakes at the very beginning. We open the film with Iko Uwais' character as a rookie cop waking up, doing his training regimen, and then kissing his pregnant wife goodbye. That is the stakes. He has to live because at home he has a pregnant wife. That's all we need to know. Those are the stakes. Get home for your baby. That's it. And it's perfect. It is all you need. There are other smaller elements that I will not touch on in case you have not seen this. All of it is good. It's all great, perfectly set up, small details for this larger group of action scenes. Fantastic. This film is undoubtedly 1000% all about the action. This is Gareth Evans proving why people can trust him with large amounts of money to put together something that will just blow audiences away. And this movie did not have a large budget. I cannot remember what it made. I will put the budget right here or so. And he did the job. He got it done. He showed people why he can be trusted with a huge budget, and he got that for a sequel, which I will talk about probably next week. But what makes Gareth Evans and his team, Iko Uwais, Yayan Ruhian, his entire fight team, what makes their fight scenes so good is it is the perfect combination of expert, technical, masterful choreography, his camera work, and then his punchlines. What are his punchlines? Well, every moment that makes you freak out from someone getting gored to death, destroyed, brutalized, in the most grand epic way possible. The guy breaking his back on the railing, the kid getting his neck shoved down on the spikes of the door, the guy getting his head slammed on multiple lights of the wall, the blade through the cheek and the wall. It's so good. There's more. That's just a few in this one movie, and it's great. If you've been watching this channel long enough, then you know that I like wrestling. I like comparing movies to wrestling because there are so many similarities, and there are many similarities within Gareth Evans' films. In wrestling, there are many ways that wrestlers can capture an audience's attention, can get them super into the match or into the story they are telling. And for example, I would like to take you to WrestleMania 23, the very first WrestleMania I ever watched. I believe it was in 2007. Such a good show. The main event that night was John Cena versus Shawn Michaels. Nothing special about the match. There was no crazy thing. It wasn't an Extreme Rules match or anything. It was just one pinfall wins the match. It's just one-on-one match. They capture the audience's attention. They get them into the story. They get people invested through an incredibly choreographed match, much like a fight scene would in a movie, and the story they are telling. The story they are telling through their actions, through their acting, through the facial features, and how everything plays out. They get people invested in this one story that only lasts about 20 minutes, but it's perfect. It is an excellent, incredible match, and I will always remember that match. But earlier in the night, there was a ladder match. It wasn't a special ladder match. It was pretty tame. It was a normal ladder match, except for one thing. Jeff Hardy put Edge through a ladder on the outside of the ring while he was on the highest ladder I've ever seen on the inside of the ring. Jumped down, put him through the ladder. No one had ever been put through a ladder in WWE before. That was a first time thing, and I will never forget it. It was incredibly epic. That is a high spot. That is a punchline. I may not remember much of that ladder match, but you're damn sure I remember that one spot. And the same goes for the Raid Redemption, except the Raid Redemption, much like WrestleMania 23, has both. It has the masterful, technical, incredible choreography, and it has the high spots. It has the punchlines. The Raid Redemption has John Cena versus Shawn Michaels in the form of Mad Dog versus Jaka and Mad Dog versus the Brothers. But the film has Jeff Hardy putting Edge through a ladder, and the punchlines I told you about before. The guy breaking his back on the railing, the blade in the cheek, many other things, just so good. Except in the Raid Redemption, what Gareth Evans does so well is these are not two separate things to him. He brings you to the edge of your seat with the incredible choreography. And one epic fight scene just inches you closer to the edge of your seat until finally he shoves you back into your chair as you're just screaming, holy shit, did he just erase a guy's face with a bunch of bullets? He creates these moments. He drives up your intensity. You're investing in this action, and then he just makes you have some sort of reaction. Now, whatever that reaction is going to be, it's different for everybody. Sometimes you'll see something crazy in the middle of an amazing fight scene that'll make you either gasp or start laughing for no reason whatsoever. I've had those moments. I've laughed at something absolutely brutal in the movie just because I don't know how else to react. He has built up my adrenaline so much with an epic, incredible fight scene and then just shoved something absolutely ridiculously awesome in my face. And whatever reaction you have in that moment is the reaction you're going to get. It's just different for everybody, and it's incredible and it's amazing, and film is so cool, especially action movies, when someone incredibly talented is behind the camera, in front of the camera, when everybody knows what they're doing, a cohesive unit. It's so good. The moments of horror that are mixed in with the action, just the first time I saw the Mad Dog take on the brothers, you don't know how that movie's going to end. It's the first time you've ever seen it. You're thinking maybe at least one brother might die, but the fact is Mad Dog is holding his own against two people, and the choreography is so good that it's convincing. It completely encapsulates you. Is that a word? Encapsulate. I'm smart, kinda. If I go on any longer, this video will be too long. So in the end, it's just so good. You're so good. Thank you for being so good. The Raid Redemption, the Raid. What else can you give it but 4.9 Mad Dogs out of 5? And the only reason it doesn't get that last 0.1 is because it's just a basic story. And that's still not a fault. The movie is not trying to be the greatest script in the world. The movie is trying to be the greatest action movie ever made. And you know what? It accomplished it. But what do you think? Do you like The Raid Redemption? Of course you like The Raid Redemption, because there's no not liking The Raid Redemption. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Tell me your favorite part, your favorite fight scene in the movie. And when you're done, head over to Facebook, where you can now like and follow Martial Arts Film Freak, where I post pictures and fight scenes and on anything I want all about martial arts movies. And it's just a fun time. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good day.